Hi everyone and welcome to the football podcast where the beautiful game never stops. As always, you're listening to your host Raheel. We've got a United special today, so joined by Kaf again.
Yeah, boy, we're back, baby. Some good news. Good news.
Good news, really good news.
Yeah, man.
What he's talking about is Erik ten Hag has been confirmed now as the Manchester United manager. It's probably the worst kept secret ever.
Yeah, defo.
Isn't it? Like,
everyone knew it was happening, except Pochettino, apparently.
Yeah, but, so it was confirmed yesterday, Kaf. You know, you finally got your man.
Yeah, finally, man.
Strict coach, the strict manager, I think.
Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing with this this appointment, man. I'm so glad it's not Maurizio Pochettino. I mean, I would have been happy with Pochettino if it was back in the Tottenham days when he was at his highest, hitting Champions League finals and whatnot. But obviously, since he's gone to PSG, he's kind of tailored off, and he didn't even win the league in his first season. He's getting knocked out by Madrid for jokes, like when they should easily be going through. And Ten Hag's on a high right now, and yeah, man, I just can't wait to see Ten Hag's football, man, and see what he does with the whole club, not even just with the team, with the whole club, what he does with it.
Do you think when he was talking to United before he was negotiating his contract with the club, do you think he brought up any issues he had? Like, okay, you've had 4 different managers in the past 6 years, and they've not got you the league title. Some kind of challenging for the league in one season, but not continuously.
Yeah.
Do you think he's brought them problems across? Like, are you going to back me? Are you going to do what you've been doing?
Yeah, I think he's definitely come across with that. I read something saying Darren Fletcher, John Murtaugh and Richard Arnold all flew out to Ajax after his first meeting, and they were absolutely just overwhelmed with how clear of a vision he's got, how much of a long-term vision he's got. It's not nothing short-term. Everything is just literally detailed and planned and preparation. He's got a full plan of how he wants things to go at United. And obviously, he knows that things need changing at United. Things have not been good over the past 10 years, have they? I mean,
no.
This has not been Man United Football Club at all, man. It's been a shambles recently. But to be fair, it's all come down to Ed Woodward for me. The way he's run the club. I mean, I saw a quote of his in 2018 and it said, the playing side doesn't really matter how much we make commercially, and we don't want to hear that sort of stuff as United fans, man. We don't want to hear that shit, straight up.
I think anybody wants to hear that as a football club.
Exactly. And we want to see the playing side being successful, and thank God he's gone, and it looks like Richard Arnold's actually starting to change stuff, because Richard Arnold that came out and said it? No, John Murtaugh came out and said, as soon as we announced it yesterday, he said we were taken back by his long-term vision, how key he is, how prepared he is, what he wants in a football club. So obviously, I just can't wait, man, honestly. I just hope that they give Ten Hag just the realms to do whatever he wants. Because we've not done that with the previous managers. We've had Mourinho, Van Gaal, Moyes. I don't want to go to Van Gaal and Moyes too much, but Mourinho, he's a proven winner.
Yeah.
They didn't give Mourinho a chance to literally put his stamp on the club. When he wanted Pogba out, when you were saying Luke Shaw wasn't good enough, when you were saying Rashford can't be main striker.
Yeah.
It's quite clear to see, man, the United players run that dressing room.
Yeah,
I mean, Gary Neville brought up a good point, man. When Pogba signed, when Sanchez signed, Ronaldo, Sancho signed, all these big players signed, we made this massive big hoo-ha all over social media saying it's like the saviour was coming to come and save us, man. But we're literally making out to be that these players are bigger than the club. And that's one thing Fergie never, ever allowed to happen. No player was ever bigger than the club.
Yeah.
And since he left, it looked like these players were getting... Like Pogba, it looks like he controls the dressing room.
Feels like it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Literally, honestly, you even look at the social media videos on YouTube and on training, that just like Pogba controls that stuff, man. Ronaldo might have changed the dynamic a little bit, but to me, it looks like Pogba literally controls that stuff, and it looks like he's a bit of antic. I mean...
And he's picking up a lot of injuries lately as well, isn't it? So it doesn't help you either.
Ragnick brought that up as well. He was like, Liverpool, they're in 4 competitions and they've got no injuries. We're in 1 competition and we've got 7-8 injuries. It just shows the mentality is a lot different. We're not putting in the same effort. We're not taking things as seriously as Liverpool and City, man.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot to do, isn't there? You obviously got your manager, but there's still a lot much more to do.
Yeah,
you know
there's a lot to do, man.
Your training ground in Carrington. Gary Neville said it the other day as well. It's becoming a second rate now. It's not becoming a top class training facility. It's state of the art. Compare it to City, Liverpool,
Tottenham,
even Tottenham's. Yeah, the owners, man, they have to do something, innit? They gotta.
I get where Gary Neville's coming from, but honestly, if it was up to me, I'd leave the training ground and the stadium just for another year or 2. Fully concentrate on the playing squad. If the playing squad is doing fine, we'll earn more money, and then you can spend your money on your training ground and whatnot. But honestly, there's a lot more that needs to be changed before the training ground and the stadium. What's the point of making your appearance look good when the inside looks so shit?
So
It's like having such a beautiful girl, but she's an absolute biatch. Do you know what I mean? What's the point of being with her?
Yeah.
She's all beautiful, but she just keeps pissing you off all the time.
Yeah.
You're not good for each other. So you need to get the inside right first. And the playing squad is always the main thing, man.
Yeah. So there's a lot of cleaning up to do in terms of the
Yeah,
squad. Like, some players are on their final
Squad and
6
and
months.
higher and above recruitment, scouting.
two people from the scouting department left, didn't they?
Yeah. This is one of the main topics that I do want to bring up today, man. Ralph Ragnick,
Yeah.
what a G! Honestly, what a G! He's literally calling out the Glazers and putting them in the hot seat, saying this needs to change, this needs to change, this needs to change, and this needs to change. Basically saying your scouting department's not good enough. Literally after Liverpool came, he's saying your medical department's not good enough because why all these players getting injured. Recruitment's not good enough because we need 6 to 10 new players, he literally said. He's literally calling them out for everything that they're doing. Everything needs to change. So, obviously, that's why the 2 chief scouts must have left as well. Apparently, Gary Neville was saying they didn't have much of a say over the past few years, but I don't care what anyone says. If you're spending 80 million on Harry Maguire, you don't deserve a job at the biggest club in the world, man. You don't.
They don't.
I know Ollie made him captain as well, but come on, man, 80 million Harry Maguire. You could have spent 240 millions on 2 good defenders. That's what I'm saying. The recruitment is not being clever at all.
It's like even Martial, he's on loan at Sevilla, isn't he?
I don't mind that. He needed to go anyway. He's not even done the best at Sevilla as well, has he?
I know.
They've been booing him as well.
So I know for a fact that he's definitely not a part of Ten Hag's plans come this summer. 'Cause
To be fair, you never know, man. You never know with some of them. But I know a lot of them. There's 5 guaranteed to move anyway, isn't there? There's Pogba, Mata, Matic. Who else was there? Jesse, and someone else. Can't even remember who it is.
What about Rashford?
Cavani.
What about Rashford?
Rashford, I think Ten Hag likes him.
No.
I think Ten Hag's literally split the group of players into 4 different ones. The current ones who are apparently world class. I think he's put 3 of them in there, saying Bruno, Varane, and De Gea. Players who are about to hit the peak: Rashford and McTominay, and then youngsters who like Hannibal, Garnacho, and James Garner. So we'll see, because obviously Ten Hag, he likes to play with young players. He likes to be an energetic team, a pressing team, one who move the ball a lot.
And he wants players that actually play for the shirt. Because look, I had to
100%.
bring it up, but the Liverpool game.
Oof, Reggie, man, I thought it was a Ten Hag special.
No, but my point is, when Hannibal came onto the pitch, he was showing the seniors, the elders, that's how you do it, man. Get your foot in, get rough. You're playing against Liverpool, for God's sake.
What was that shouting during that game though, Reggie, after the 70 minutes?
I think he said you're proud of him.
No, but what was I saying to the other players before he came on? I was like, break some legs.
Break some legs.
Literally. I didn't mean it literally like as in literally break the leg, but I mean
You want to try.
kick them. Show some passion. It was United versus Liverpool. Liverpool taking a piss out of you here.
Yeah.
Thiago's having a field day out here, man. Doing no look passes
I think
and
he
all
said something
sorts.
to Klopp after the game when he came off the bench. He started whispering.
Oh, when he was laughing with him.
Yeah.
He just must have said that. He must be thinking, is that Manchester United or is that Man United's under 16s or something, man?
God.
That was... Shout out to Hannibal, though, man. That's because that's what I wanted. I just wanted some passion.
The good thing is with your academy, though, those lads, they've with us since, maybe not 8, but some of them have been there since they're 8 years old. They know Manchester United. They live and breathe Manchester United. It's in their DNA.
Bruv, Rashford's been there, and what was he like during that game? He looked like a little kid out there. He looked like he was 11 years old. His first touch wasn't there. Honestly, these players have literally lost the confidence.
I like Alanga, though.
I like Langer as well, man. But honestly, these players, all of them, they've lost the confidence.
Yeah.
If it was up to me now, I'd just play as many youngsters as possible. I'd get Hannibal in the team. I'd give Garnacho 30 minutes. I'd even try Charlie McNeil out the striker. I'd definitely try and play Mengi, but Mengi's out on loan.
Yeah.
Just give the youngsters a chance, man. Especially, I know for a fact Ten Hag's going to give the youngsters a chance next season. I know that for a fact because I know they're saying 6 to 10 new players, but come on, 6 to 10 new players. 6 players maybe, 10 players, that's a lot, man.
Ooh.
That's a lot.
Well,
I know there's a lot of free agents out there like Frank Kessie and Christensen, Rudiger, Mbappe, Dybala.
Yeah.
There's bare of them, but I see them going to other clubs right now because we're a bit abysmal, aren't we?
With Ragnick, he actually said in his press conference that, look, it took Klopp 3 to 4 transfer windows just to build a team. Like the first season he came, finished 8th.
Yeah.
And then it just only took him 3 to 4 windows.
The next year he finished 4th.
Yeah, and then 2 years later, they've got a squad that can challenge the league.
Yeah.
You can do the exact same thing for me personally because you've got the money. Money's no object.
Yeah, money will make it quicker.
It's just your recruitment, isn't it?
Money will make it a lot quicker.
Because look, Liverpool have had these owners, American owners, don't know who they are, and different investors left, right, and centre.
Yeah, they own what was it called, man? Boston Red Sox. They own
Right.
that group.
They've got it wrong many times. I don't know how long they've been in charge of the club for, but they've got it wrong many times. And then they finally got it right with Klopp. And this guy literally single-handedly has changed that football club from literally top to bottom. You know?
He's one of a kind, though, Klopp.
Yeah. Do you think you can, because you two are two legendary clubs, United, Liverpool, and you've had some legendary managers that have been there for decades.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys, managers, need? Like someone who's there for not 3 to 4 years, someone who's a decade or longer. Like, look, we know Klopp could potentially stay there for more than 10 years. He could do. You've had Matt Busby, Sir Alex Ferguson.
To be fair, if you look at the best teams, this is apart from Madrid and Barcelona maybe, but especially in England, you always need at least 5 to 6 years to be manager, man. Like, if you look at all the successful managers who have ever been in England, you look at Wenger, Fergie.
Been there for ages, haven't they?
Yeah, Klopp, even Pep's been here for quite a long time. Back to Liverpool days, you got Shankly, you got Sir Matt Busby for United.
Yeah.
All of them, they had loads of time because you want to build a culture. It's not even just about building a team, is it? It's, when you're going to work, you want to have a smile on your face, you want to be prepared, you want to be ready, you can't wait.
Yeah.
That's why when you always keep talking about the cafeteria to me, that is vital as well, because you're going to work, you got a smile on your face. The lady who's serving your food, she's got a smile on her face. It's all good vibes, isn't it? But the way United is right now, those cafeteria ladies, they are happy right now, isn't it? So it's just everything's just down. You want to build a proper culture behind the club, man. Culture is key.
It's like Klopp's doing what Ferguson did at United. He's strict with his players.
Have to be.
Make sure you don't do this, do that, and then listen to him. They were terrified of him, isn't it?
All the elite managers are. Even, I know Conte's at Tottenham, but he's like that. As soon as he came into Tottenham, he's sorted the diet out straight away. I think they're not allowed chips and all sorts right now.
It's like I remember Rio saying once when he was
Why is he?
No, Fergie. He was on the bus going to an away game.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who the player was. He says, "You're not going to let him mess around with you today." Oh, yeah. He slapped him on there. Those little things, man.
Yeah, no, huge difference. But no, honestly, look, everything that I've been hearing about Ten Hag, I love it. I hear he's absolutely stricter than strict. He's in love with football. I mean, Steve McLaren, and we're going to touch on we'll touch on his stuff in a bit, but Steve McLaren literally said, because he worked with him at Utrecht, he goes, "I thought I was hardworking, but he goes, I've seen Ten Hag, and that guy was a million times hardworking than me." And that's what Fergie was like all the time. Fergie was the first one in the training ground, 6 o'clock in the morning, and the last one to leave always. I know everyone said Ronaldo was the last one to leave, but Fergie was always the last one to leave. That's where people pick it up from. The more hard work you put in, the more you're going to get out from it.
Steve McLaren, though, like...
Are we moving on to his stuff, yeah?
Yeah, we thought we'd move on to the stuff, because... your coaching staff lately, whether it's been under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you and Ralph, like Darren Fletcher, what's he doing sometimes? I'm just thinking, what's he sat there just...
I know his official role is technical director, but they don't have... I know that's his job role, but they don't have a job description for him. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's going one place, then he's going to the other. He advising the director of football. He's advising Ragnick on the bench. I mean, it just came out in the news, didn't it? Ragnick got pissed off at him or something.
Yeah, something
saying why are you shouting on the pitch and stuff like that.
Yeah. That club's a mess, man, everywhere. Man.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't know what's going to happen with Fletcher, but I think he might be gone.
So is Ten Hag's coaching staff from Ajax going to be the coach staff for you guys?
No, he's bringing his assistant,
right?
And I know he definitely wants an ex-United player / coach. So that's why Steve McLaren was there for the treble, weren't he? He was the assistant manager under the treble. So I don't mind taking Steve McLaren as well. It's good to have someone, obviously, who will show you around the ropes of the club, show you the ropes of the Premier League itself, man, because the away grounds, they'll tell you what the culture of the different clubs are. Like, right, if we're going to this, for example, if we're going to Stoke, you're going to get a lot of long balls and whatnot. If you go to Rovers, you're never going to see him ever again. No, I'm joking. But you need that some sort of United DNA still in there. And to be fair, I don't mind Steve McLaren. They did bits together under Utrecht, even though he was his assistant. But whatever, this is what Ragnick said. Let Ten Hag build his own staff and let him build his own team. And that's what Pep, Klopp, Fergie, Wenger, all these managers got to do. They got to build their own staff and team and vision the club how they see it, not how the board or the owner see it. Because at the end of the day, the manager's the leader, and you need to follow his direction.
Even if it takes him 4 years, like if United, like let's say if you
4 years to do what? Win the league? Do it down for that. Defo.
4 or 5.
United fans will bite your hand off for that.
No, like if you're second,
Defo.
if say 4 years time you finish second, as an example.
And we're challenging though.
Yeah, you still come on.
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
pull out. Don't pull out. Give him more money.
Yeah, defo. And to be fair, this is another thing I want to touch on with the staff. Because we got rid of the chief scout, Jim Lawler, and his assistant, that Martial Bout. The spot open now. And that spot, if we can get Paul Mitchell, the guy who's currently at Monaco, and if we can build a dream team of Ten Hag as the manager and Ragnick and Paul Mitchell above, which I've been crying out for ages, director of football, sporting directors, footballing people in it. If we can get Paul Mitchell in, I see really good stuff happening, recruitment-wise. Because at the end of the day, recruitment is number one, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
If you don't get your recruitment right, what's the point in playing, man? You got shit players on the pitch, you've not got a cohesive team, you're not getting strengths out your team. So if we can build out some sort of dream team there, man, like fingers crossed we can get Paul Mitchell through the door, because
what would
big things will happen.
What would your ideas?
And there'll be a lot more. Sorry, I was just about to say, because you was touching on money. There'll be a lot more shrewd with the signings. Like Ragnick, he signed Haaland before anyone knew Haaland. He signed Mane before anyone knew Mane. He was signing Firmino. He had loads of Liverpool players. Naby Keita.
Good.
He's got loads of recruitment. He finds these little gems before anyone even knows about them. So if we can get them two together and still spend money on the best players in the world at the same time, that's what Liverpool and City are doing now, isn't it? They've built the team. Look, Liverpool, they've signed 2 players in the last year, Konate and Luis Diaz. They don't need to go building a team now.
And Thiago, though. They signed Thiago.
Yeah. Well, Thiago as well. They don't need to build a team, though, innit? They're just dropping in.
Yeah, just
dropping in quality nicely.
Like little pieces.
Just picking them in perfectly. City, they might overspend, but that's the way Pep does it. He gets to keep all his players happy. I don't know how he does it. Kudos to him, man. But yeah. Fingers crossed for this Paul Mitchell, man. Fingers crossed that Paul Mitchell and Ragnick are up above in the recruitment and the scouting department. And honestly, good things will happen, man. But we'll never know if it's going to happen. Like, you never know with United, honestly. You just never know, man.
But do you know the other thing that was bugging you now is when you go into the transfer window and you want to get a particular player, it's how much they're asking for.
But we go for the wrong ones.
Like Harry Maguire, 80 million. That's your
even now. Declan Rice is apparently the top of United's transfer list, and what 150 million they're saying.
No one to pay that kind of money.
Come on, man. You got mans like Ruben Neves out there. Yuri Tielemans is apparently going for 25 million. You got Tuchemeni out there for 40 million. You got Frank Kessie going for free. You can sign all them for less than 100 million. Never mind 150 million. This is what I'm saying. We need to be a lot more clever with it.
Smarter as well.
Yeah, a lot more smarter. And this is what I'm glad about Ten Hag, because he literally said, before I sign this contract, I want this clause in there. I want the final say on all transfers. You're not signing players that you think are good for the squad or good for social media or good for the commercial side. Because Van der Beek, we didn't need Van der Beek at the time. Bruno was absolutely smashing it. Why are you bringing another number 10 in for? When we quite clearly needed a centre mid, you're going for another number 10. All he didn't want to sign in. And another key point about this is Ten Hag, he's the first United manager since, I think it might be Moyes, I don't know if Moyes got it, but he's the first one to be not called first team head coach. He's now called first team manager, which basically means he's running everything. And he needs to run it all. We need to just basically say, whatever you want, we're going to do it for you now.
Yeah.
Because what's the point? If you're not on the same wavelength as a business, things is never going to work.
Never.
They're never ever going to work. So hopefully we can just back this guy up, because what he's done with Ajax, and this is the reason why I wanted him, because that 18-19 team that he built with De Ligt, Frankie de Jong, he built a bad boy team. They were playing some sexy football as well.
All the way to the semis.
And then they broke it up. They sold De Ligt, they sold Frankie de Jong, they all went, and he still built another team that still did smashing it, man. So
He's proven in the Champions League, which got him attention. Like, I'll give you an example here. If he wasn't doing this, what he did in the Champions League, I wouldn't rate him like, I'm saying, who's Ten Hag? Like, because of his knowledge of, got to semi-final and still competing. I think even in the Europa League, they were not doing too bad, I think. They were in the Europa League for a bit, weren't they?
Yeah. Did they get to the final against us? I don't think so. I think
they did that time.
Was he manager then?
I can't remember, though, but if he did, credit to him, though. It was just the start of something special. But like, if he didn't get to all these like successful parts, I wouldn't rate the guy. I wouldn't be like, who is he? Who's this?
The good thing is as well, he's been under Pep as well. I know he wasn't part of his coaching staff, but he was like the under-23 manager. But he's still at a huge club like Bayern Munich. He's got to see how it all runs.
He's got a good track record. That's all I can say with Ten Hag. He's like the manager that you've appointed. Like, look, with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, right? He's managed in the Premier League with Cardiff and then Mold, but that's not really something special.
Yeah.
But even David Moyes, okay, got Everton fourth. That's a great team. And he's doing what he's doing for West Ham now. I respect him for that. But in terms of getting the league title, these managers haven't quite proven that, we can do it. But with Ten Hag, he's young. I think he's young, isn't he? The young manager.
He's not too young. He's 52.
52. It looks quite young.
He looks like younger, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Every time I look at him, I think he's about 41, but
he's like his new blood coming to the game. But look, getting Ajax to a semi-final of a Champions League, competing with the best teams in Europe, man. And
honestly,
it can work with young lads.
There's a good stat I saw. He said out of every single... Ajax usually dominate the Dutch league, yeah, but he's got a winning percentage of like 79%.
Mental.
That's ridiculous, man.
Mental.
That's absolutely ridiculous. And the good thing is he plays sexy football.
Yeah.
You see it in his office. He's got...
and that's what you want to see, don't you?
Yeah, definitely, man. Total football, the Dutch way.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got Cruyff in his office. He's got Van Gaal in his office and some other Dutch legend in his office. And if he's got the father of the Gegenpress in his current office, literally face to face, hopefully, man, there's only good things happening, man. But we just need to back this guy up and listen to whatever he says. And literally, it looks like that's going to happen. Thank God Ed Woodward's gone. And Richard Arnold, kudos to him. It looks like he's actually starting to change stuff, man. It might be 10 years too late. Well, it is 10 years too late because we've done, for United standards, nothing in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Our last title was 10 years ago, man. But not 10 years ago, but 9 years ago. But still.
2013.
Yeah, 9 years ago. But still, for United standards, man, I mean, we've got 20 league titles. We need to up that up to 30 rapid because it looks like Liverpool going to be catching us.
Yeah, true. But you don't want that.
Stressful times, man. Especially whilst you're fasting. Stressful times, man.
So, before you got Ten Hag in, you were like, don't want to, you don't want to finish in you didn't want to finish in the Champions League at the time.
I wanted Champions League. I didn't want Europa League.
Yeah. Now, he's not here for the final 6. You got 6 games left, is that right?
We've got 5. They've got 6. Arsenal on top.
So he won't be here for the final 5. He'll start next season. So hopefully Ralph can just finish it and get you into that 4th spot, innit? That'll be great.
Honestly, man, over the past 4 weeks, I've been saying we've got no chance. Because we've been so dead, man. We've been losing to teams like Everton. Everton have been dead all season, bro.
Just about beating Norwich.
Beating Norwich because of Cristiano Ronaldo. If we don't have Cristiano, I swear down, we'd
be 12th.
Yeah, 12th, 13th, 14th. Ridiculous, man. But yeah, man, honestly... What was your question? 4th, it's still possible. Yeah. I don't know how it's still possible, but it just shows how shit Tottenham and Arsenal.
No, but you guys, like at the start,
still possible.
Start of the season, you guys do great, and then after Christmas time, the second half of the season, it's just like the confidence just drops a little bit. You know what I think?
We just realised we're not on the same level as City and Liverpool, and I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. At the beginning of the season, I had good hopes. I thought, okay, we'll get 3rd maybe because I think Liverpool might come back. I know we're not good as City Liverpool, but I actually thought we had a chance at Champions League with the way we built the team.
You still could have you know what the funny thing is, yeah? You could, in the next 2 to 3 years, progress in that.
Oh, yeah.
Get to a semi.
Definitely. Especially with Ten Hag, because now we're going to have a philosophy, we're going to have a way of playing. And that's what Ragnar keeps talking about. He even talking about transfers, he said, I've suggested a few players to the board who I think would be great for us, but... don't sign him yet until you understand what the manager's philosophy is and the way he wants to play. What's the point of signing players if he's not going to fit your system?
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? If you're buying wing backs and you play 4-4-2, or you're buying full backs and you play wing backs, like Emerson Royale. I don't think Conte would have signed him because he can't play as a wing back. He's all right as a right back. As a wing back, he's not. So you need to sign players for that philosophy.
I don't think you'll sign Declan Rice, personally for me, because...
I'd love to take him, but 150.
I think you'll be a bit smarter now going in your transfer business because you've got people now who aren't just going to splash the cash for fun because they're desperate.
Yeah.
Like, we needed Harry Maguire because we didn't have a centre-back and...
ridiculous. We could have signed him the season before for 50 million.
Do
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like Jadon Sancho, Dortmund were asking for like...
Sancho was the only clever bit of business.
Yeah.
Because he was 120 million the season before.
Knock it down.
And then they were getting for what, 72?
Yeah, around that much, which was good for them.
Really. Bargain, man, 50 million cheaper.
Yeah,
bargain.
Finally got it right. But
yeah.
Well, listen, Harry.
Only one.
What are you going to do with Harry Maguire then? Because you don't want him. like you hate it. I see these funny videos.
Oh, it's tight on Maguire though. Isn't it?
It's really tight. I for England, he's doing well, right? But
No, but I'm just about the bomb threats, man.
That's
bad, man.
That's bad, really bad. And he doesn't deserve that at all.
Nah, not at all, man.
But what you gonna do? Like, that's my question. What you gonna do?
But have you seen our Instagram page?
No.
All literally the ones that get millions and millions of views are just the Harry Maguire ones. Everyone go to our Instagram, and honestly, some of the Maguire. I don't run the Instagram page. That's what Imran does. But honestly, the Maguire videos are jokes, man. The guy.
Sorry for the guy, man.
How is he Man United captain?
But he's came 2 years ago. Is that right? He didn't come last year. He came the year before that. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah,
maybe 3. Was it 2?
I think, because the year pandemic, you finished second, didn't you? And Maguire's part of that team. Now everyone's turning their backs on him. Man United fans are just like, we don't want him as our captain. We don't want him in the squad.
The thing is with Maguire, you can't play a higher line with him. I mean, I've been discussing this with RQ recently, man. And if you're pressing as a team, your defenders need to be high up as well. There's no point in pressing and then having such a big gap between your defensive midfield, because all the number 10s will drop in there and pick you off.
Isn't that the manager's fault then? Playing the wrong formation.
Ragnick.
Ole.
Personally, I think Ragnick's done this on purpose, because we've been pressing a lot higher under Ragnick. The line's been a lot higher.
Very high, yeah.
And I think Ragnick's done it on purpose in order to expose him, because that's the way Ten Hag plays, and he's probably said, look, he's not good enough.
What if Ten Hag improves Maguire? You never know.
He's not going to get quicker though, is he? But the thing is, with England don't even play a high line. But I was just about to say, Kyle Walker covers all that sort of stuff. We don't have a defender like that. Wan-Bissaka's quick, but he's not Kyle Walker quick.
No.
Dalot's quick, but he's not Kyle Walker quick. But you need a defender that quick.
It's like Maguire's
Alphonso Davies quick.
Decision making's letting him down a lot. Like, his concentration, awareness. He's like, what's going on around me? Sometimes he doesn't have a clue. That's why he's taking down his own teammates.
He's a joker,
claiming
man. This season.
Claiming handballs for him. It's just like, what are you doing?
I know how's
heads up all over.
How's my man claiming for he's had too many bloopers, man, this season. Honestly, I don't want to go through it because I feel
the last one was when he booted Pogba. That wasn't that.
Bro, one of them, he flipping headbutted Ronaldo. How you headbutted the goat? Honestly, this guy's. I don't want to go on him too much because I feel like all the United fans have been on his case too much. And the only thing that is really frustrating is he's captain.
Yeah.
If he wasn't captain, he could just easily get dropped.
Why can Ronaldo not be your captain? He's probably the little, I wouldn't say oldest, that's disrespectful, but he's the
most experienced, the best. He's the goal.
Because, look, when he was in the dressing room 15, 20 years ago, you got Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, Roy Keane.
He had people to look up to.
You get me? Now it's his turn.
Yeah, I don't know why Ragnick didn't take it off him, but I think Ragnick's just going to let the new manager know. Hopefully Ten Hag is just going to strip him off that captaincy straight away and sell him. But I don't see that happening because United might think, you know what, we spent 80 million on this guy. What's the point in selling him for 20?
Do you think?
Who's going to buy him? Everton, Villa?
Not for it.
To be fair, I think
made profit off him.
To be fair, I think Tottenham might go for him, but I don't see a Chelsea, Liverpool, City going for him. Do you know what I mean?
He might go abroad.
If he's not good enough for them teams, he shouldn't be good enough for us.
He'd probably be a bench player for you.
I mean, look what Southgate was saying, chatting crap.
Yeah.
Saying he's better than Varane. Varane's got 4 Champions Leagues and 1 World Cup, fab. Stay in your lane, bro.
Did he say that?
Yeah, Southgate, remember when England duty about 4 weeks ago, he said Maguire's the best defender in the club. Come on, man. He's not called Champions League Varane for no reason, bro.
I bet you're annoyed that
Maguire didn't start playing Champions League until he came to United.
I bet you're annoyed that Varane been picking up a lot of injuries this season.
Yeah.
I think ever since the international friendly last year, back, he missed, and then
he's missed a lot.
And also, it's a bit sad that we couldn't see him a lot.
Yeah, Varane and Maguire might have been a good partnership. I said at the beginning of the season, didn't I? They need 15 to 20 games together. They've not had a chance.
No, just no part in the.
Varane needs to stay fit because he's a world-class defender, man. He's always in control. Rolls Royce, Liverpool and City would love to have him.
Yeah. Do you think? Because they know Ralph is going to be the coach next season, even before Ten Hag came. Do you think the players...
All the way around?
Yeah.
Before Ragnick came?
No. What I'm saying is when Ralph came as interim, yeah. They know that he's not going to be our manager next season, so why should we give a toss what he said?
Nah, because you're still wearing the United badge.
You don't feel like these players are, do they?
Nah, not at all, man. I don't know what's up with the players, man. Like I said, the players run that dressing room and it's not good enough.
To
So it's up to Ten Hag to come in and literally kick those players out. A lot of them, like I said, a lot of them are leaving for free anyway. So
Yeah.
I mean, Rangnick's press conference today, he said, he literally stated there is going to be a new team. He's not saying, oh yeah, there's going to be a few players in. He's saying there's going to be a new team. As long as this Ten Hag gets a pre-season.
When you're a United fan hearing that, you'd be buzzing.
Oh yeah, absolutely buzzing. Because he's saying, as long as he gets a full pre-season, as long as he gets to choose his own staff and he gets to build his own team, and he said, and then he reaffirmed it, he said he will build his own new team. And that's what you want, especially with a manager like Ten Hag who's got a certain philosophy. Do you know what I mean? This guy, he plays the Cruyff way. He's got a bit of pep to him.
Do you trust him, though?
He's got-
Not Ten Hag.
Rangnick?
Yeah.
Oh, 100.
100%. If you gave him everything, like...
I mean, look, the best managers look up to him. Klopp, Tuchel, they all look up to him. They all followed his way of
do you not
playing.
think that's like
He's the
reverse
Jürgen
psychology,
person.
just to say something to the press, like...
No, but he's the father of Jürgen Pressing. Even before he came to United, Klopp and Tuchel and all that, they said we looked up to this guy. He's the one who created all this counter pressing and his high pressing and scoring goals within 8 seconds and all this fast play. He's the king of it.
So, in your next 2 years, I think that should be enough. If you win like the League Cup, challenge for the FA Cup, like you did with Jose when he first came.
I ain't bothered about those cups.
You sure?
I'll be fair. I'm not as a United fan.
But just to get you a stepping stone. I don't want to be disrespectful to those cups because they are really.
It'd be nice.
cups.
It'd be all right to win them, but as United fans, we don't really get.
You'll be like some silverware.
Nah,
come on.
Premier League, Champions League all day.
I know that. They'll get you like.
If you win the Premier and Champions League, then they're nice add-ons. If you win one of them,
Right.
if you don't win the Premier or Champions League, if you said to me United won an FA Cup and Carabao Cup this season, I'm not too ecstatic, especially if we finish 6th.
Yeah, I guess because you have standards. That's
Premier League, Champions League for us, but on a realistic level, I ain't expecting nothing from Ten Hag next season. The only thing that I do want is top 4.
Oh, you expect that? Do you expect that?
I want top 4. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Especially because the guy's a good manager and he'll have a lot of money to spend. But we just want to see a team that we love and we can see an identity. And when we go to Old Trafford, we're off our seats.
Oh yeah, it's not like that anymore.
Honestly, man, when I used to go to Old Trafford as a kid growing up, man, anytime Ronaldo or Nani got the ball, you're off your seat. You're thinking, yeah, man, let's see some tricks. Rooney's got the ball. He's banging players. He's switching balls. Scholes is doing some next stuff. Giggs is doing some next stuff. Honestly, the past 5 years or whatever, been boring. The only time I get up is maybe for Sancho. Rashford used to get
half
me up.
time to go get your drinks.
Yeah, my pie or whatever, chicken belty pie or whatever. But
Oh my god.
honestly, man, these men don't get me off my seat no more. Anytime Ronaldo used to get the ball back in the day, oof.
I wish to do a documentary on how the great Manchester United have gone from all the heights to the lows. That would be cool.
To be fair though, it's happened in the past to us. After Sir Matt Busby's time, we had bad times in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
And then we came back and we showed them Wagwan.
The thing is now with our league, it's getting stronger and stronger every season now. Like, look, Newcastle have just having their takeover now, and that they've just added to the mix, haven't they? Look, I say the big 6, any one of them can win the league because of their budget, their fan base, their structure.
What, next season?
Not any one of them big 6. Any time down the line, like look, Arsenal have done it, you've done it, Chelsea have done it, City have done it, Liverpool have done it. It's just Tottenham have done it. But if Tottenham can get, no disrespect there.
Call the Emil Zero.
No, but he would agree though.
Should Tottenham be part of the top 6 then? If they never won the league, maybe they should put Leicester in.
City shouldn't be there because.
How do we win the league? So innit? If they win this season, well, it's 4 out of 5, bro.
But if Tottenham have a better,
I don't think Arsenal have done that.
Better budget, then I would say it. But Arsenal, even the same in the same. Boat.
Arsenal have done invincibles. They've done doubles. They've won a few league titles. Tottenham ain't done that, have they?
Nah.
Tottenham ain't done nothing, bro. Nothing in the Prem.
But like I said, with Newcastle
richest
club in the world.
Yeah, Newcastle. Give them
So
about
it'll be even
5.
harder for you guys, and
Give about 5 years and then be challenging for the title.
it
It will be harder, but
there's more people.
the thing is, prestige always. When you got that prestige, when you wear that United badge, it's something different. It's like, why do you think Madrid is still buying the best players in the world?
It's like when City.
They've got that prestige.
It's like when City came, or that prestige wearing that City badge.
But even now, when when certain players were choosing that United and City, they were still choosing United. Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, Harry Maguire chose. I wish he chose City over us, but Harry Maguire chose United over City.
Yeah.
Certain players, they will still choose United over City because the history in it. Certain stuff, it matters more. When you go to Old Trafford, it's different. You see all those trophies, you see players' names, you see pictures of Giggs, Ronaldo, Rooney. Before that, you got Bobby Charlton. history matters about something. That's why Madrid still sign obviously the best players in the world, or else everyone would be going to PSG and City. But look, Mbappe is still getting teased to go Madrid, even though PSG is saying 150 million euros sign-on fee for 2 years.
Wow.
150 million euros, fam. That's more than a tenth of a fucking billion. Straight away in one go. As soon as you sign that contract, 150 million euros in your account before taxes.
Yeah.
And then 50 million euros a year. And he's still thinking about Madrid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. Well, Kath, all I can say is every year you have, it's new season, new hope for you, isn't it? Now,
It has been, but
the hopes have been even.
honestly though, one thing I do want to say is I've been crying out for things to get changed at the top in terms of footballing people.
A lot of people have, haven't
Yeah, loads of people have. Gary Neville, my boy Stephen Elson.
they? Yeah.
We've all been crying out for that sort of stuff, man, at the top. We need footballing people at the top. Ed Wood, that quote that I gave about Ed Woodward earlier on, he was always about money, 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 money. Not about win, 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 win. And hopefully Richard Arnold is starting to change that,
But
man.
that's just stupid that, like, you've gone from being one of the most successful clubs in the country. All right, we don't want that anymore now. I just want to make profit. I want to look after me.
Yeah,
Feels like it.
Once we replace David Gill, honestly, I feel like David Gill should have stayed for one more year and helped Ed Woodward come into that role a bit more.
Yeah.
But he went straight off to UEFA, and Fergie and David Gill going at the same time, it was a big hit on our club, man. Massive hit on our club. Because they run the club. They were the culture of the club.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully Richard Arnold's starting to change this stuff, man. Fingers crossed.
Well, Kath, hopefully you finish in the top 4 this season. That's the best you can do, really, isn't it? No.
Either 4th or 8th for me,
Yeah.
man. One of the two.
Yeah, hopefully Ten Hag gets his blueprint across. And that's hopefully it's not just a...
It looks like he will.
Yeah. And hopefully, well, we know the media. He knows what the media are like in this country. Like, they're strict. Like, as soon as you go into the Man United media room.
It's going to be a lot different because when you manage a club like Ajax, don't get me wrong, they're the biggest club in Holland, but when you manage Man United, bro,
hopefully can hack it.
look at Maguire, man. He never got no death threat but at Leicester or whatever, innit?
No.
Look at Ed Woodward. He didn't get no terrorised before being at United.
He got terrorised when he was at United. Someone threw a brick through his window.
Yeah, exactly. They were chucking fireworks and all sorts of
It's bad.
flamethrowers.
That was mad.
United's different, bro. Like I said, with us in Madrid, we're different.
One more thing quickly. The Glazers. What's your opinion on them?
I know United fans go on the back a lot, but they spent a lot of money still. I know there's
But Gary's saying they're taking money out.
yeah,
they're 20 million.
they're still taking 25 million dividends.
Mm.
But dividends basically means you can take money out of your club. If you own a certain percentage, you can take dividends or profits or whatever. But I know we're in profits, but they're building up the interest rates. I think the debt's gone over 400 million or something now. And the debt, it began off with 200-300 million, so the debt's even bigger than when they first bought it. And they're still taking money out of the club. Nobody likes their owners.
You're in a puzzle, do you, man?
Nobody likes their owners until they're winning.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, United fans, we still had a problem when this first took over, and we're still doing bits in 2007, 2009. So I'll give them that. But they've still been spending. They've still been signing players like Ronaldo, Sancho, Varane, 80 million and Maguire. They've put the money where the mouth is still. So I don't want to go on the back too much until another buyer comes in and says, here's 3 billion, here's 4 billion.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man, because they're still doing a decent job.
Yeah, definitely.
Not over the past 10 years, they haven't, but I put most of that blame on Ed Woodward.
Yeah.
So let's see what Richard Arnold is going to start doing for us.
Yeah.
Please get in Paul Mitchell, though. Please, Richard Arnold. If you're listening to me, which I doubt, but one day you might, get Paul Mitchell in. He's the man. Him and Rangnick at the top, Ten Hag down leading the manager.
He's got it all planned out, hasn't he?
The dream team, man. It's the dream team.
To see in
The
August.
dream team.
Anyway, thanks, Kath, for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
No worries, man. It's hard whilst you're fasting talking about United. Swear down.
Thank you for everyone for listening. For everyone here at the Football Podcast. Bye for now.